Hello, hello.
Yay!
How is everybody? How are you
Yes,
doing, Nanny Sharz?
I'm good. I'm. It's been a draining week, but I'm trying to remain positive, and I'm here. I'm ready to go.
Good. It has been a trying week for me because my business shut down while I was sheltered in place. Did not want to make my jams. So this week I opened up. It's been an explosion in my kitchen. So
Jam, that jam, good girl.
yeah, this jam good. It's so good. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So we're going to introduce ourselves, and once we introduce ourselves, we are going to pretty much answer some questions. We have a question that we have from one of our from our inbox, and we have a question for you all. So we need you all to participate. All right, Miss Nanny Sharz, you can go first while I share this video to some of our groups on Facebook.
Okay, so some of you may know me, some of you may not. My name is Sharda Lambert. I am a nanny here in the UK. Originally from Birmingham, but grew up in London. I am an international nanny, a parent coach, sleep consultant, and a potty training specialist. And I've been a nanny for about 14 years. And I used to dance, so I used to dance and act. So my background is performing arts. And at the moment, I'm with two beautiful, energetic, bonkers boys. They're 2 and 4 years old. And I literally have the best nanny job in the world. So yeah, that's me.
Well, I have, let's see, I've been a nanny. I have been a home daycare provider. I have been a temporary legal guardian to about 19 military families. I am a newborn care specialist now, and I am the host of Ask the Nanny Facebook Live. And I've been doing this for over 40 years, so my age. So that's a bit about me. I love my little squishies, and I love doing what I do. So yeah, that's me.
She's a specialist with twins as well, guys. So if you know anyone that's just had some twin babies and needs some help and they're in Texas, then the nanny.
That would be me.
That's your go-to person, okay?
Yes, I am a twin specialist. I have had the unique opportunity to work with 38 sets of twins, and I currently work with a set of twin girls. They're not identical, but their personalities, oh my gosh, they are 10 weeks old, and the little smiles that I get first thing in the morning just brighten my day. Makes it all worth them being up overnight. So, yeah. Now, we're going to jump into our questions.
We've got a dilemma, guys, so we need you guys to help us as well.
I have a squeak. I hear a squeak from your side.
Oh, is it me? Hold on. Probably me. Is it gone?
It's gone. Okay.
Okay, sorry.
We have a question, and it says, this may well be long, so I'm sorry in advance. I do tend to waffle. I am a nanny of a beautiful 23-month-old, and she is a joy. I do worry about her, though. I find her to be less animated and excitable than other toddlers who I've looked after. She is practically robotic. She doesn't have a real interest other than her lift the flap books. She doesn't enjoy doing any activity. She understands all the things we say to her, but it is only in the last few days she'll point out the door, uh, point point out the duck or the dog or even the Peppa Pig in her books. Up until then, she would just gaze at us with a blank expression. If we ask her to find her drink or her shoes, for example, she walks off in another direction and totally ignores us. She is very sensory averse. She hates pom poms, pipe cleaners, Play Doh, paint, sand, and anything sticky. Water are near her head. She doesn't like water near on or near her head. She has one word in her current vocabulary. At Christmas, her speech regressed and she lost 7 or 8 words she did have prior to that, including more, done, gone, dog, garden. She babbles a bit, but when nobody else is around her, she doesn't say mama or daddy or any words that are recognizable. My main concern is that her love of books overtakes all other activities during the day, and I worry as a result she's falling behind in other areas. She won't play with toys left out because she wants her books. She screams for books at the dinner table, and she won't eat unless she is read to. She wants books in the bath, when on the walks, when playing in the garden, and when the book's finished, she thrusts it back at you, even if she slammed it shut halfway through. Do I put the books away so she engages in something else? Or is it damaging her if as she clearly loves books and they appear to be a comfort to her? If she's awake for 10 hours a day, she's being read to, leafing through or chasing us to read her books for at least 6 hours of those 10 hours. I am sorry this is so long, but I am a loss of what to do next. How do I bring it up to her parents that I am concerned? Do I even need to be as concerned as I am? Should I address it at her 2 year checkup? I am grateful. I am so grateful that you even read this. Thank you and stay safe. Ooh. Okay, so the 23-month-old only wants to read books, talk about books, be read to, won't eat unless she has the books, and plays with nothing else but the books. So she's all about her books. Now, first of all, I'm going to say that we are not doctors. We don't pretend to be doctors. And the case that you have, what you have presented to us, I would suggest that you go and talk to the parents. Before you talk to the parents, write down the dates and the time of your observations. When you write down the dates and the times of your observation, it gives you proof that this is what she wants to do. Take pictures. We all have camera phones. Take pictures of a video when she starts crying for her books at dinner time or crying at lunchtime or whenever the case may be. So that when you go and you talk to the parent, you have proof that they can take to the doctor, should they decide to go that route, your concerns. Dada?
You practically took the words out of my mouth. Because I was going to say, it definitely sounds like there's more of a biological issue going on, or medical issue. I think she should definitely document it. So that's write down observation, times, dates, what it is that she observed. Also, she can capture it on video, as you do as a nanny anyway. You do videos for the parents and things like that. So throughout the day, just try and capture it. What I tend to do as well with the boys sometimes is I'll put my camera on record and I'll just leave it in a corner, and I will just I pretend I forget that the camera's there, and I will go on with my day. And what's good about it is when you watch that back and you observe it, you might see things that you didn't even notice. You might even pick up on things that you didn't even know your nanny child could do. I only do that sometimes like 5 or 10 minutes of the day because I want the children to be as natural as possible, but I want the parents to see them in their natural habitat.
Yes.
So that's probably something she could do. But I definitely think you need to sit down with the parents and talk to them. As a childcare professional, you have a duty of care to make sure that child is safeguarded, make sure that child is getting the best care possible. And it sounds like there's underlying issues, so you need to go to address that with the parents. As sensitive as possible as well, because with children and with parents sometimes they can get a bit offended if you have a concern, but make sure you let them know that it's coming from a place of love and a place of genuinity. Is that even the word? Of genuineness. Is that even a word? I make up words, by the way, guys, so you're not gonna get used to
I
it.
make them up every day,
Okay.
all day long. I'm like, okay, that may not be a word,
Yeah,
but it is
I make
today.
up words, so you're not gonna hear some new words like that's not in the dictionary. But okay.
We'll add to the dictionary.
So the Shard dictionary. So yeah, so they know it's coming from a genuine place, and like I said, if you have some evidence that you can present to them, that will help back up your statement. But definitely seek medical advice. I think if I was in your situation, I would talk to the parents, show them some evidence, and then I will support them through the process of seeking a medical professional. Sorry, because there is definitely signs of development delay. Severe development delay, by the way. So yeah, it's definitely something I would talk to the parents to, and also advise them to go and seek a second opinion from a medical professional.
Yes,
That's my
definitely.
advice.
That I totally agree. Talk to the parents because the ultimate decision is theirs. That's their child. And some parents just be prepared that the parents not going to like what you have to say.
Some parents.
Some parents. That's what I said. Be prepared that they might not like what she has said. It depends on the parents that you work for. You know the temperament of your parents. So knowing their temperament, make sure that you go to them at a time of day when they are able to listen and they're not stressed out. And I know that's kind of hard to do when you are the nanny. So they're rushing in the morning to get out the door, and they're get home and they're like stressed out from work. But you still need to have those conversations or set up an appointment to have a conversation with them after you have gathered information and gathered videos. Make sure that you are able to bring those to the table. Bring your observations to the table. All it takes is you can get some printer paper or a tablet, a journal, whatever. Just write it down, what you observe. Now, don't put your feelings into it. Just write what you observe, because when you put your feelings into it, it becomes something totally different. And the doctor may try to treat something that you put in there and not what you actually observed. So, and that's why it's good to have a camera on, so that they can actually see patterns that this child is creating. So once you figure out, she does this, and this, and it's creating a pattern, make sure that that pattern is caught on camera so you can present it to the family, email it to them so that they can take it to the doctor and the doctor can see it and observe, and take more than one video. Give them something to compare, because just seeing one video does not show everything. I know symptoms come and go, and just because it's not there today does not mean that your toe is not hurting. So if your toe is hurting yesterday and it was killing you, and today, well, you might have taken some Motrin, or you may have not been walking as much today, and so it's not hurting as much today. But you walk and you hit your toe, just barely scrape it up against something, and that toe starts throbbing like, yes. So that's my analogy of symptoms can be there at one point and not be there at another point. So make sure that you get more than one video of this child to take to the parents so that they can.
Need solid evidence.
Solid evidence. But also the thing is, she never mentioned to us how long she's been the child's nanny and how long this has been going on for, because that would also determine the kind of advice we would give you. If this is something that's been ongoing for a year, 6 months, then you definitely know that there's an underlying issue and you need to see a doctor. Or here we say GP. So you would take, where in America, I don't know, you guys would take the child to a pediatrician or something like that.
Yes,
I think.
yes. Well, it does say, okay, so if she's writing this and it's June, she does say she has one word currently in her vocabulary, and at Christmas, her speech regressed. She lost 7 or 8 words. So she has been with her at least 6 months, at least since Christmas.
Yeah.
So if she's been with her, now this is just my deduction from what I'm reading, because I'm you know, over here trying to play Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah. Makes sense. But, yeah, she needs to talk to the parents ASAP.
Right.
ASAP meaning as soon as possible.
As soon as possible. So that's our take on this situation.
Wait, she did ask the question. She said, should she stop the books? No. Don't stop reading the books. Keep reading the books to her.
Yes.
I don't think you should change that. Especially a sudden change as well. Don't do that. So yeah, keep trying to introduce new things, but keep the books there as that's a comfort at the moment. That's what she feels most comfortable with. That's what she's used to. That's her normal. So keep the books, but try to still introduce new stuff, and probably explain to her before you introduce it, a few days before. You know, show her pictures of it before you introduce it. Things like that. You might, might help the situation. So when you then introduce a game or a activity, she's had that preparation that this is coming. Does that make sense?
It helps with the transition.
Yeah, definitely. And her understanding.
Yes. Definitely give them plenty of warning. What's that?
Sorry, that was me getting excited. I was getting you know, say so myself.
Oh my gosh, everybody's sending me messages. I'm trying to look at you, and everybody's sending me messages through here like, no, stop sending me messages.
Okay.
But
now let me go to the comments, Angela. Let me go to the comments quickly.
Okay.
We've got a few. So let's go down. We got
Holly says, hey,
lovely. Holly says, hey, lovely. Hey, Lovely's in here. Hey. Holly says, yeah, I have worked with twins, but nowhere near as many. Nanny Toto said, wow, 38. Holly Westin said, she may be autistic, but it's quite early to tell. Yeah. So definitely just go see a medical professional, because they can do the stuff that we can't do. We are not medical professionals.
Right.
See someone else use genuinity. Is it a word? I don't know. Someone look at the dictionary.
It is today.
And then Nanny Toto said you could make a book of activities so she can see it. Oh, that's good.
Yes.
That's really good.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Why didn't I think of that? Yeah, that's really good. I think that's a good.
And if you don't have a book, I've done schedules with kids where I have just cut out pictures of, like, the book stands for reading time, and the cloud stands for outside time. The plate and fork and spoon stands for lunchtime or dinner time, and then a bed stands for it's nap time or bedtime. And I let them put them in. Now the nap time stays the same every day, but they get to put the order in which their schedule is, and that way that would help too. But I like that book idea too. I like that book of
Even
activities.
signs. Try and read up a bit on signs and see if you can, sign to her. Because maybe she might pick up with signs, maybe baby sign language, or BSL. I don't know, is this nanny in the UK or America?
I don't know. The way
Okay,
she
so
says
wherever you are,
garden, I'm thinking is maybe the UK because we called it out in the yard.
okay.
And
So
if
she's
you
a
all say
UK nanny like
garden
me.
instead of yard, go
Okay,
outside.
yeah.
So
Yeah, we
I
say
don't know.
garden.
Nanny Toto
Garden, garden.
says, yes, like a virtual timetable. Yes, a
Visual
visual.
timetable. Yes.
Hello. I need my visuals, and I have on glasses.
I was gonna put my glasses on as well.
Oh, I
That's
have
like
on
I'm turning
glasses.
blind.
I need to see some. I need that visual to come back to me. Oh my gosh.
Is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
Yes. A question came up yesterday in a live that I was in, and I wanted to get you all's opinion about it. It was about the shelter in place. Everyone is getting ready to go back to the workforce. Some of us have never stopped. Some of us are just going back. Now, most families and some nannies who are looking for a new job, they want us to quarantine, which is fair. But what happens when the family wants you to quarantine and stay close to home and not go out into having parties and different things? What happens when they leave for the weekend, going on a mini vacation to 2 or 3 towns over, and then they come back and they bring whatever they have with them? So my question is it fair for us to be under to protect them and they not be under quarantine to protect us?
Can I answer that?
Can I answer that?
Nanny Sharz.
I don't think it's fair. I think if the nanny family are requesting that you quarantine, they need to do exactly the same. It's not one rule for me and the next rule for you. And yeah, I think it's fair because as well, if the nanny family's got more than one child, it's not even that. It's the fact that just we don't know if they're social distancing. We don't know if they're interacting with other people that
Right.
weren't, self isolating. So yeah, I think it's definitely fair for them to quarantine and me to quarantine. Like if you're gonna ask me to do that, you need to do that too. Simple. And I would be very annoyed if I found out that my nanny family were telling me not to do something that they were doing. That would really annoy me. And I'm not someone that's afraid to speak my mind, so I would be saying something.
Well, I totally agree with you too.
Okay.
My husband is here with me. So for me to quarantine, that means he has to quarantine too. So that restricts his movement about the country. Now, what if my husband went back to work and he has to travel to some place? What then? So do I stop working?
You can't
quarantine.
Right.
Or
your husband's gonna have to stay out for 2 weeks. Like
Right. I would have
that's not possible, is it?
either he has to stay away from home or I have to go somewhere and stay away from him while he's traveling. And then when he gets back from traveling, I have to go stay somewhere so he can quarantine himself for 2 weeks so that I can come back home. But
It's too much. It's too complicated. And on top of that,
it's a whole lot.
if you're
Thankfully,
asking me to
my husband.
self-quarantine, are they paying me?
That's
Are you running me my coins for 2 weeks?
That's another thing. If you want me to quarantine to come and work with you, which means I can't work with anybody else because I'm staying away from people, Is it the sacrifice mine or is the sacrifice yours? Is it my sacrifice because I want to work with this family? So I need to be willing to sacrifice 2 weeks. But at the same time, I know that I'm clean. I know that I haven't done anything. I know that I have not gone anywhere. I'm not sick. But you want me to quarantine for 2 weeks. Are you going to do the same for me?
You don't have a choice. If you're asking me to quarantine, you're quarantining too. Like, it's not negotiable.
I'm just saying.
Simple. It's not negotiable for me. I take my time very seriously, and I don't like people dictating to me what I should do with my time. That's like a big pet peeve of mine. So I think as well, if they're asking you to quarantine for 2 weeks, they need to pay you for those 2 weeks to sit at home. 100%.
I think so too. We need to come up with some kind of compromise, because if I'm going to quarantine and I can't work, and that means you got to quarantine, and you can't be trotting all over, globe trotting. So we both have to quarantine at the same time, but I still think you should be compensated, because I'm quarantining for you for 2 weeks. That means I'm out of any money for 2 weeks. And then all of a sudden you decide you don't.
And bills don't stop.
Oh, it's gonna be on and popping.
Yeah.
It will be on and popping. I would ask for a deposit. Seriously.
So what? Let me ask you something then. You agreed to quarantine. They've agreed to quarantine, and you find out that they've broken their quarantine. What do you do then?
That's why I would ask for a deposit, a non-refundable deposit. If they go and break the quarantine, because little kids talk. I went over to the and I think this, and I think that if you talk to the kids and you talk to them, so where do you like to go? Well, I like to. Oh, really? When was the last time you went there? And they will start talking. I promise you.
You know what?
I had a daycare, and I used to work in a preschool. And if you listen to them in housekeeping, especially in where the kitchen and everything, you have to be the mama, you have to be the daddy, you have to be the dog, you have to be the cat. No, the cat can't say that, because the cat says this, and you know exactly what's going on at home. No, you can't do this, because the auntie is supposed to say that, and auntie does this, and this is how she's supposed to act. They will tell the truth, and they will tell it to you straight, and you will hear things be like. So all you have to do is talk to the
lie, I think.
So what now?
Yeah, I think children are naturally honest, but they're taught to lie. Because I've even had, sometimes I hear my nanny child like baiting me up to his mum. Not that I've done anything wrong, but he's like, Shada said, or Shada did this today, and I'm like, this little, but I hear him sometimes say like, Shada said this or this, and then sometimes when I come in on the Monday, it is the most funniest and cutest thing. I literally get a rundown of the weekend from both of them at the same time. So I'm like this, yeah, like I'm trying to listen to what they're both saying, and then this happened, and then like proper just chatting. Then I say back to the mom, oh, this weekend you did it. She's like, how did you know that? I'm like, he told me. And she's like, what?
Exactly.
I didn't even know he heard that, or
And that's why I want a deposit.
Yeah,
because if I come in and they say all the stuff, I'm like, oh, okay. So y'all not as clean as you want me to be clean, and bleach everything, and say, but kids. You take a child somewhere. A child does not know how to not run to the swing. They don't know how not to go down the slide unless you holding their hand and they trying to pull away from you. You're like, no, you can't go there. You can't do this. So I'm just saying.
Let me write I'm gonna write in the comments
the question.
So if your nanny family, ooh, if your nanny family asks you
to
to
social
social
distance,
distance or with it to quarantine,
Mm-hmm. I'm looking at the comments. Hold on. Because we
okay.
have several comments.
Ooh.
Nanny Toto said if they want you to quarantine, they should do it also. It has to
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
equal. I totally agree with you. I totally agree. And Nanny that Kadri says, I don't think
Yeah,
it's fair.
actually.
I totally, we're on the same page. I totally agree. Holly Weston
Trying to-
says, definitely not fair. It's, definitely not fair. It's double standard, and there needs to be a conversation where rules are out in place for everyone. Put in place for everyone. Exactly. Especially.
He said that.
Holly
He
Weston
said that.
said that. She said there needs to be
Okay,
rules
that's my
put
girl.
in place. She said you should be paid for those 2 weeks. I love you already, and I don't even know you.
Holly, she's lovely. You would love Holly.
I love her
She's
already.
amazing.
Simply
She's
because she's
so. And you know what she did today? She did a really kind thing today. She donated like £110, which is like $150 to the Black Lives Matter movement. And she's white. It's amazing. I love her. I was like, oh my god.
Thank you.
So yeah, everyone, big up Holly.
Yes.
That's what we do in Jamaica.
Okay.
But not like that, but you know.
I can't do all of that.
Big up yourself. Big up to Holly.
Okay.
So let's see. So we do sounds, you know, it's just a Jamaican thing.
Luxury living says exactly. They have to compensate you for those 2 weeks. I love y'all.
Yes, girl. Luxury living staffing is the nanny that I did my live with last week. She's amazing.
She's good. I love her.
Lana, she's lovely. I love her. She's so all about women and women empowerment and just supportive and just a beautiful aura. Love her.
Yes. She said nice,
She's
non-refundable. That's right. Because if I find out you broke it, if I'm coming to work and you broke it, then we don't have a problem. And I'm not giving the money back because I've been sitting here for 2 weeks and you break our agreement. If I break the contract, you be ready to fire me. No compensation, no severance pay, no nothing.
That's why you have to have a contract.
What and I would deserve it if I broke the rule. Same goes the other way. I find that people when they invest in something, you care more about it when you have something invested in it, whether it's your time, but especially your money. If you invest your heart,
where's Nanny Chella? Where's Nanny Chella?
To care for it better, you tend to care for it more. I promise you, children. And this is what I tell my children. They want me, Mama, buy me this, Mama, buy me that, Mama, buy me. And when I buy it, it's everywhere. It's on the floor, it's on the bed, it's hanging off the rafters, whatever the case may be. If they have to spend their money on it, they have a special place for it. Now don't forget to tell their brothers, don't forget to put it back when you got it. It's an investment for them. They care about it because they have invested in it. Well, if you want to invest in me, and you care about me, then you go break the rules so you can get your money. And what I would do is have that deposit go towards it will go towards my weekly payments. Now, if I'm going to be held accountable for being in quarantine, I'm going to hold you accountable. In other words, I'm holding on to this money. You break the rules, it's completely mine. I can walk away from the contract. I can walk away and free and clear. Now you're gonna be mad at me
Yeah.
because, but you need to be mad at yourself because you broke the contract. You risking my life. It's not like you ran a stop sign or you got a parking ticket and you didn't pay the parking ticket. It's not like that's going to be the consequences. Oh, I'm just going to give you a ticket because that's the consequences. No, this coronavirus is a death sentence to some people. I ain't ready to die.
Neither am I. I'm only just getting started, so boy, I'm not ready to go yet.
Let's see, what other
Not at
comments do
all.
we have? Let's see. Latoya said, kids be singing. Yes, they do. They tell the truth. They're so honest. They are so honest to a fault. They do tell the truth. Definitely. Kids tell the truth. And Luxury Living said, yes, kids tell the truth. And hi, Nanny Kim on the go. How are you?
Hey, Kimmy Kim.
Luxury Living Stephanie, she says, get a deposit. Always, always, always. Please have a contract as well, because they'll be like, we never spoke about no deposit. I know, right?
You didn't say time.
See, I'm contract queen. I have 3 of them. I have a babysitting contract if you want me for date night. I have a nanny contract if you want me as a full-time nanny. And I have an NCS contract for newborn care specialists. I have 3 contracts. Nope, I take that back. I have 4. 1 for traveling. That's totally separate from my daytime nanny job. If I'm traveling with you, oh, that's another set of rules. So I have 4 contracts.
Another set of rules.
Yes. Don't get me started.
The stuff for you came out. Another set of rules.
Don't get me started.
No, it's true.
But it is so true. You have to have a contract. Just like one size does not fit all. My contracts are general. I have everything in there. It's fair to the parents and it's fair to me. But there may be circumstances in that contract that may not apply to us. Now, I keep them in the contract, but just in case purposes, in case the situation comes up, we don't have to cover it. It's already covered. We have already agreed to it. Now, if they come to me with a contract, I will look at their contract, we'll look at my contract, and we'll combine and create a contract that fits both of our needs. But I'll always have a clause in your contract about job creep. When I say job creep, I mean, oh, can you wash the dishes in the sink today? That's not in your contract. Okay, well, I'll help the family out. And the next day they come in and it's like, oh, you didn't wash the dishes today. And you're looking at them like, that's not a part of what our agreement said. Oh, yes, I thought we talked about that. Remember, I asked you about washing the dishes. No, you asked me to wash the dishes one time. And I did that as a help to the family. Now, if you would like to discuss other duties aside from what is in my contract, we can do that. We can sit down and have a discussion. But know that with those extra duties, it's going to come extra pay. And you need to have that discussion and you need to have that talk during the interview. Give them a heads up that we can change this contract and we can add on duties at any time. But at that time, when you decide you want to add on duties, then we need to have a discussion and come back to the table to discuss compensation for the extra duties. have that conversation during the interview so they will know in their head if I ask her to do beyond what we've agreed to, it's going to cost me.
Make sure you have a clear list of what your duties are.
Now, there are times because I work, I know that taking care of the kids is more than just watching the kids. It's a whole household that goes on. And there are things that I will do out of the goodness of my heart. It's not in my job description. I will do it out of the goodness of my heart because I know it's going to make the household run smoother. That's why I get a lot of word of mouth. It's not in my contract. I don't do it all the time. But if they are traveling or if they're extenuating circumstances, somebody's sick, whatever the case may be, I will go the extra mile. That's just who I am. No contract needed. But if it becomes the job creep where they start piling on and then it's expected daily and day in and day out, or they leave them there in the sink knowing that you can't wash. How am I going to wash, cook dinner for, cook lunch for the child and not wash the dishes?
So guys, if your nanny family asks you to quarantine, make sure you have a contract in place.
Yes.
Make sure you get paid for the 2 weeks whilst you're quarantining, and they need to definitely quarantine as well. In a nutshell, bim bam boom.
Holly said, "Oh, you guys, oh guys, so much love you guys."
Love you too, Holly.
And Love Shirley Living Stafford said, "Love you, ladies. We love you too.
Love you too, girl." See, we're just ladies of love. We just spread the love, positive energy. No kind of catchiness or any of that stuff. Not over here. Okay, we like you do uplift nannies and all stick together. And like Nanny Chella said, I'm forever quoting her because she's like, period, poo. And she says, what's another thing she says? She says collaboration over competition. I love that. That's right. Yes. Absolutely love that. I don't know if she's in here. Nanny Chella, show your face if you are. Where is she? I saw her pop up, but she might have just popped it out. She's trying to get her coin, girl.
Who, Nanny Kim?
No, Nanny Kim too, yeah, but Nanny Chella.
Oh, I saw Nanny Chella pop in too.
Yeah, but I think she popped in and popped out.
She may still be at work.
Yeah.
It's 9 o'clock it's almost 10 o'clock there, but it's still daytime work hours here. It's not even 4 o'clock here yet, so we're still in the middle of.
Oh, we did not. Yeah.
Here we got up from nap time. We're having snacks. We're getting ready to go out. Start on an activity. So, because mom and dad will be home in a couple
They can watch it back. They can watch it back. By the way, Nanny Kim on the go says, "I'm good, still here at work, but agreeing, pay me my ducats."
That's right.
Holly Weston says, "Nanny Queen, Nanny Kim, okay, or the fridge." Latoya Estella says, "Guys, you are amazing. I'm learning so much about contracts. Amazing. Guys, stay tuned because I'm going to be doing a collab with Nanny Chella soon about contracts. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Let's see. Nanny Kadri says, "I hate having dishes in the sink before I can start cooking." Me too.
Amen.
Me too. I hate a messy house or kitchen. It's just, and this is what I think. You might tell me off for this, but I think I have a bit of OCD. Well, actually, I think I do have it. I just like cleanliness. So I clean even though it's not in my contract to do. I do stuff that I'm not meant to do because it's just for my peace of mind, which is bad because then the parents just get used to it. But I just can't be in a messy house. I just can't. Like for a while, I don't mind because children, obviously, they play, they get messy. But when I'm entering and when I'm leaving, the house needs to be clean. During the time, I don't mind if it gets messy. But when I'm entering and leaving, it needs, especially when I'm leaving, because I hate parents having to come home and clean up after me. I hate that. It's never happened, to be honest. because I don't work like that.
It leaves a bad impression. It leaves a bad impression. And I have the kids clean up. I'm like, okay, so mom and dad will be home soon. Let's clean this area up. You all can still play with this. We're gonna clean this area up. But I was still playing with that. How long ago did you play with that? But I still want to play with it. Okay, so we're gonna put it up for right now. We're gonna continue playing with what we have. We're gonna clean that up, and mom's gonna be home. And then I know when mom gets home, you're gonna talk to her, and then you're gonna have dinner, and maybe you'll come back and you'll play with it later. Okay. Now, why did the child throw me under the bus? When mom comes home, he says, Angela said that I can come back and play with this later. I said, say what? She said, I can come back and play with this later, just like your kids to you. She said, in other words, what Angela says goes. And you gotta let me play with this later, because she finna get ready to go. I know the deal. So I'm gonna make sure that I get you told in front of her. Because she running things right now. Because
that's so
they are, yes. The rule is when I'm in the house, I am in charge. So he was telling his mom while I was there.
So, I can imagine it.
That she knew Angela's in charge right now. Angela said, and I'm just like, that's a 4-year-old for you.
Yeah, that's what they do.
They are little negotiators. They're like, okay, let me think. Let me see if I can outsmart mama.
Yeah. You know what's so funny? My mom boss told me the other day that one of my nanny charges was misbehaving. And she said, she don't know why she said it, she just said it. She's like, that's it, I'm calling Shada. And he's like, no. And this was on the weekend. So I started laughing because she's like, oh my God, it worked. So she's like, that's my new line, I'm calling Shada, because it works. And then one time, my mum boss FaceTimed me because it just could not stop asking, is it Monday yet? Is Shada coming? Is it Monday yet? So they FaceTimed me for a little bit, and I was like, guys, it's the weekend. I'm coming in Monday morning. You got 2 more sleeps to go, okay? It was so cute though, bless them.
2 more sleeps.
2 more sleeps to go.
I love that. I use that at Christmas time. You got 3 more sleeps.
Yeah, they asked me, how many sleeps always, how many more sleeps until this? How many more sleeps until that? Yeah. Okay, 4 more sleeps or 5 more sleeps.
They like to count. They like to know. They can't tell time. They don't know what time of day it is, but they know.
I'm teaching my nanny child the clock at the moment to tell the time.
Oh wow!
That's what we're doing at the moment. So the clock that he's got's really good actually. It's really good. I'm going to find out the name of it and recommend it to some people. Okay. They're teaching their nanny child how to tell the time. It's really good. He's working really well. Like now he understands like what time is bedtime, what time is dinner time, and things like that. But we're working on it still.
Well, that's good. That's a good skill to know, because that's like beginning of telling, it's beyond the routine. Most kids tell what time of day it is by their routine. I get up from nap, I have a snack, I go outside and play, and then mommy comes home. Now, they don't know what time it is by the clock, but they know by the routine what comes next as to it regulates their body clock. But
it definitely
actually put a time, the actual numbers to the routine is great.
Because he said to me, thank you. He said to me, because he goes, Shada, what's the time? So I was like, look at the clock, and I was like teaching him. And then he goes, so that means mommy's coming back in 1 hour. I said, yeah! I'm really excited because it was like, I was like, well done. Like I made a big deal about it. So now he's always like,
what's the time? I'm like, move. Move. You know what I'm saying? Like, go away, you know? But yeah, no, it's
I'm
really
gonna
good.
figure
Like,
this out.
it's
What we're
only
supposed to
four.
be doing by the time what time it is. All right, Miss.
Yeah, and then you got
Miss.
we're nearly finished because they're gonna kick us out.
Yes, I was gonna say
Prison, they kick you out.
we have about 5 minutes. So thank you all for joining us today, and thank you for answering, and thank you for all the love that you have shared with us. We will be back here next Thursday, time, same place, and please invite your friends. Please invite your share with your groups on Facebook, because we
Your
are
mom buses, your dad buses,
everyone, because we are broadcasting to Facebook, and we are broadcasting to YouTube. And please go on youtube.com and follow Nanny Sharz and Ask the Nanny on YouTube. Just saying. YouTube.com/Ask the Nanny. What's your address on YouTube?
YouTube.com/Nanny Sharz.
Simple. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us here. And we will be back next
Where
week.
else? Twitter. No, we're on Twitter as well. And LinkedIn.
Yes. LinkedIn, Twitter, all the social media outlets.
Name them. Name yours, because I'm going to do mine. So on Instagram, Twitter, I am Nanny Sharz. On Facebook, I'm Nanny Sharz Official. On LinkedIn, I'm Sharda Lambert. And on YouTube, I'm Nanny Sharz.
Okay. So,
how about you?
I am Ask the Nanny on Facebook. I am Ask the Nanny, Nanny here on Instagram. On Twitter, I am A_T_Nanny. And on what did I forget? LinkedIn, I am Angela Johnson Sutherland. So you can find me on all of those platforms. Also, email us your questions for next week. Our email address is thenannyhook@gmail.com.
Yeah, so if you have any dilemmas, please send it to that email. And Rob just said, sisters, what about Bebo and MySpace? Yeah, laddie. Bebo and MySpace. I hit on that. I don't know what Bebo is.
I don't even know what a Bebo is. MySpace is
MySpace.
That's so old.
You're taking it old school. Is MySpace still alive?
Definitely old school. So
I didn't even know that.
Thank you, Latoya.
I didn't know MySpace still existed.
She just followed me on Twitter. Thank you.
Holly said, thank you for the knowledge. Thank you, Holly, for joining. Yes. And who else? Who else said something? Someone else said something. Don't you live in love, staffing and just love us. Good, thanks. We love you, ladies. We love you too, guys. Make sure you share.
And if you have any,
comment, and like, and all that.
Topics that you want to hear us share, email us. If you have questions, email us.
What's the email? Let me see if I can unpin this.
Okay, the email is thenannyhook@gmail.com.
The nannyhook@gmail.com. Ooh.
Yes.
Like that.
Hold on, let me scroll up. Oh, I missed a lot of comments. Yes, thenannyhook@gmail.com. That's it.
So make sure you guys send us your dilemmas and your questions to that email, and then every Thursday we will answer them. Okay?
Yes. Now,
we love y'all.
Need some hot pink hearts.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pink, but for this we're doing pink. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
If this was useful, give us some pink hearts. If you are going to share this with somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, give us some pink love hearts.
Thank you.
Ooh, we got some love hearts.
I love the hearts on the side. Oh, I like that one with the arrow in it. I love the heart. I love the heart.
So anyway, let me go like this.
Oh,
Oh,
now
that's so nice.
I like
Oh, you guys.
love. I love the love.
Boom, boom, boom,
I
boom.
don't really. That vibrating.
Boom, boom, boom.
Okay, so this is the part of the show when we start acting silly, apparently. Anyway,
Oh, man,
you all have
hilarious.
a great week on purpose and with purpose. And we will
And wait, announcement quickly.
yes,
What's today? Thursday.
yes.
Saturday, remember, Nanny Sharz, 9 p.m. I do my lives on Saturdays, 9 p.m. This week, we're going to be talking about fussy eaters, okay? And also, I'm going to be dropping a story time. So I'll be talking about fussy eaters at first, and then we can discuss my video on YouTube. So make sure you watch it. It's getting released. Free video. Yeah, there's 3 videos tomorrow. Fussy eaters, nannies knowing your worth, and the accident that changed my life forever. Okay, guys?
All
See you
right.
soon.
And tomorrow night, be sure to watch Nanny Kim on the go. Her,
Yes.
she will be here. What is it? What time is it? At 7 tomorrow night?
Yes, I think. I don't know. I wrote in my. For me, it's midnight. It's midnight in the. If you're in the UK, I think it's midnight or it's midnight.
Then it is 7 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock. She'll be here on Nanny Kim on the go. Look her up. She'll be here tomorrow night.
Amazing.
Parenting tips with Mr. Ch what's his name?
Chaz, Mr. Chaz.
Yes.
Oh, and also Nanny Chella and the Nanny Broker, they do like an Instagram like similar to this every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Atlanta time, right?
Yes, Eastern time.
Yeah, they're amazing. I love them. Go and check them out as well. The Nanny Broker and Nanny Chella.
Check them out. All the nannies. All of the nannies. Now, I think we have like 1 minute.
Okay.
So, thank you all, and we'll see you all back here next week at same time, same place. Thank you, Nanny Sharz.
You're welcome.
All right, get your dance on. See, I'm not as coordinated. I can't dance like this. This is my dance right here. I said right here. Right here. Right here. This is all it. This is it. This is where it's at. That's all I do. Don't stand me up because the top half and the bottom half don't match. I can tell this all day long. You can't stand me up that.
That's me. Up here is cool. Down there, you know what? We're gonna get kicked out. I'm so hot.
We'll see
you later, guys. Take care.
Take care.
It's still there.
Okay. There we go.